identified.
A former Weld County Sheriff's deputy's gun is now being tied to the murder his wife is accused of.
The deputy's wife, Shauna Nelson, is accused of murdering the wife of a Greeley police officer with whom she had an affair and eventually a child. Northern Newsroom reporter Mike Hooker is live now with more on the new charges of tampering with evidence. Mike.
Tampering with evidence, charges against the murder suspect's husband. This is the office of the special prosecutor in this case. In this arrest affidavit, Ken Nelson, the murder suspect's husband, the arrest affidavit says that 2 shell casings found at the murder scene matched the handgun which Nelson handed over to investigators. It also says that at least one witness says that he saw Deputy Nelson take something out of his wife's car before it was searched for evidence. After the shooting in this Greeley parking lot, the accused murderer's husband and another deputy were the cops who stopped Shauna Nelson in her car. But right after the stop, court documents say Deputy Ken Nelson soon sped from the area for home to ensure his children were safe. Now, in a written statement, the special prosecutor in the case, the DA in neighboring Larimer County, says that on the day of the murder, Ken Nelson unlawfully concealed, removed, or altered physical evidence relevant to the homicide investigation of his wife. One key piece of evidence that has eluded investigators since the murder is the murder weapon, believed to be a .40 caliber handgun. Searching trash bins near the murder scene proved fruitless. In a search of Nelson's home, the list of evidence includes journals, undeveloped film, and .40 caliber ammunition, but no handguns were located or recovered. Court documents say 2 .40 caliber handguns belonging to Kenneth Nelson were sold. One additional handgun was carried by Nelson as a duty weapon. Kenneth Nelson said a 4th .40 caliber weapon was also allegedly sold. Now, as Shauna Nelson waits in jail for her murder trial, her husband is awaiting his own court date for the felony of tampering with some of the physical evidence that might have been presented to Shauna Nelson's jury. The former deputy Ken Nelson was arrested in Washington State yesterday, charged with a felony count of tampering with physical evidence. He did sign extradition papers and was allowed to post $10,000 bond. Ken Nelson is due in Weld County Court next Wednesday. Erica?
All right, thank you, Mike. And the murder trial for Nelson's wife is scheduled to begin at the end of November.